GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, Dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered. And that's MVS and Justin Watson with some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues. If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up. Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow, comma, semicolon, period, next sentence, to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man JRich.
Is that yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up with Ray
and Jay
in the morning.
My God.
How good is
Dude.
he? How good is he? Good morning, good people. Woo! It is Wednesday, November 27, 2024. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with myself, and y'all know it's my brother from another mother from across the border, JRich, man. Holla at my boy, at your boy JRich on Blue Sky, his left X. Holla at him on Blue Sky, at your boy JRich. But welcome into the show. We're going to have a good one. It's all about y'all. We're giving thanks to the good people before this Thanksgiving holiday, so we are excited to talk to y'all today. Everybody else taking a break in these streets, J-Rich, not us, baby. They ain't like us. They not like us, baby. We going.
Don't play it, right? Don't play it. We don't need to catch a case here now.
I don't need no cease and desists. None of that. I don't need Jersey Drake getting mad at the Wake Up Show. What's popping with you, Stanley? In the damn building. What's happening with my dog, Florosaurus? What's popping with you? Yes, round two. Hey, technical difficulties. But
that was my fault.
We work our way through it. I'm like Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. If JRich puts something on the screen or the stream behind the scenes, it's like pure chaos all the time. Gump, what's happening with you in the building? Jorge, what's going down from Rhode Island? Leo, Dynasty Knob, Jimbo, what's going down, dog? Happy Turkey Day to the fam. Happy Turkey Day to your family. Everybody out there. Hopefully y'all got that good seasoned fried turkey, man. We don't do that baked shit around here, JRich. How you like your turkey? Get on the screen, JRich. How you like your turkey? Baked, fried? How do y'all do it in Canada?
So I've never had one fried, so I'd have to try it. But we bake our turkey, though. It's good. I like it. It's good. It's good.
Baked turkey. I'm not gonna. Hey, Mama JRich. I'm not shading her cooking skills, but you gotta fry that bad boy, JRich. That baked turkey.
But frying is dangerous, man. You gotta drop it. You gotta drop it in the thing. That's dangerous, man. That hot oil spewing. I'd be scared. Yeah.
What a man right there. Scared of that damn grease.
Don't claim
man.
to be one.
JRich, how you doing, baby? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days. You know, the timeline has been blessed with Pep Guardiola's face, with Drake and Kendrick, and a few other smatterings of things. This is probably one of the least relevant times around Thanksgiving the NFL has ever been.
You think so?
Ever been. Ray, what do you hear from the NFL? Now, granted, there's a bit of news and things going around, but I feel like for my timeline personally, and I'd be curious about yours as well, like, I don't see anything about the NFL. Like, until Thursday actually hits and games are playing, nothing is going on. It's just straight Kendrick. I mean, there was a lot of Champions League stuff yesterday that I saw on my timeline, but like not a lot of NFL, surprisingly, considering it's Thanksgiving. It's like a massive event. There's games on Thursday. There's games on Friday. There was Max Shin on Tuesday. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the football world, but I feel like it's not really that relevant currently. But how do you feel about that? I don't know. It's just kind of my
it's thoughts. I just think it's a weird year in football where there's a lot of parity across the board.
Yeah.
There's no. What is the story of the NFL this year? Like, who is the story? What do you think the story is right now in the NFL? I don't know if there is one. Running backs are back. Saquon Barkley being great. I don't know. I don't know what it
There's
really
not
is
a compelling enough one. It's really just like, I think the problem is that for people who don't give a shit about the Jets and the Giants, like, there is no story. But for the national media, which is so New York East Coast biased, it is the Jets and the Giants right now. Like, their complete demise and debacle. Like, the fact that the Jets are in the news all the time is strictly because, like, it's a local thing. They're in New York, right? They need to be talked about. And there is that New York bias there. But, Saquon being good isn't really much of a story because Saquon is good.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Better than he was in the Giants, right? Like, I don't know. If Derrick Henry being good, well, he probably should be. This is where we wanted him to go for 2+ seasons. When he was in Tennessee, he's finally there playing well, right? Yeah. Lamar won on Monday Night Football. People gave us a bit of shit because we said he's not an MVP candidate. And his odds didn't move at all, and they won the game, and good for them. But the game came and it went, and hasn't been talked about since. All the biggest story has been Kendrick and Quentin Johnston and dropping passes.
QJ dropping passes. Yeah, we'll touch on some QJ, and I see the chats coming in. Appreciate y'all. It's about y'all. Hit us with comments, chats. What do y'all want to talk about? And as we head to the Thanksgiving break, whether you're traveling today, hopefully everybody has safe travels. We're getting out of here today. Tap into the channel, man. Dynasty Theory. Drop some 2024, everybody's favorite topic, the fantasy football flops. Check out Mitch, Dan, John, and the boys going through some of the biggest busts this season in fantasy football. We've continuously talked about Mazda Marv, Metro Card Marv on the channel, but he is not the only bust of the 2024 NFL season. And yesterday on the channel too, Jay, I dropped the second mock draft with the updated sort of standings and rankings and information that we know from some of the players. 2012 NFL mock draft 1 through 32. Check that out on the channel later today after this show to get you excited. It's the Eagles in this mock, right? They steal of the draft in this mock that I dropped yesterday. Jay, there was a little bit of news heard around the sports world. You want to get into that, and then we just get into the show, baby?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Straight facts.
The biggest news in the world of sports. Covered and brought to you by one man, Jordan Richards. This is Straight Facts.
All right, everybody. So there is a bit of news I want to get through just in case you are trying to set some lineups and you haven't checked the news quite yet. So we'll start off with the Raiders, who playing on Friday against the Kansas City Chiefs. Aiden O'Connell is expected to be the starter. We are potentially going to see Alexander Mattison back as the lead back for the Raiders. And then Zamir White is also not practicing. So we talked about Amir Abdullah last week because those two missed. It's looking like Mattison will be back and Aiden O'Connell will be starting for the Las Vegas Raiders. Zamir White seems very unlikely he's going to be available. He wasn't available for walkthroughs, but maybe he could get together throughout the practices. Even if he does play, he's playing the Chiefs. I don't really care. But Mattison, maybe some flex appeal there. Even with all the teams playing this week, we'll see. But interesting that he's going to be back. Probably not starting Abdullah anyways. Daniel Jones, Ray. He is potentially going to sign hopefully sooner rather than later. Josina Anderson said yesterday that he's zeroed in on a team, apparently. We don't know which team it is. He's already ruled out the Raiders. It's apparently going to be either the Ravens or the Vikings. In my opinion, it should be the Vikings because Sam Darnold stinks. But maybe he will go and choose to back up Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. But it seems like those are the two spots he could potentially go. Where he goes, I don't really know if it matters much, but in my opinion, it should be Minnesota. Definitely a better chance of playing if that were to happen. Romeo Doubs is in concussion protocol. We didn't talk about that on Monday. I didn't see anything about that on Monday.
Neither did I.
He's unlikely to play on Thursday. So if you have Dontavian Wicks, if you like Jaden Reed, any of those other players who are on Green Bay, Romeo Doubs is not going to be available. So maybe a Christian Watson could be much more viable this week. But it seems unlikely he's going to be able to play because of that concussion. The Giants claimed Greg Dulcich, Ray, off of waivers, so maybe we can see some Dulcich revival in New York in the coming rest of the season, maybe beyond that. Your boy Isaiah Pacheco is expected to return on Friday as well against the Raiders, but his workload is going to be determined and be more of an in-game decision, according to OC Matt Nagy. He'll probably split work with Kareem Hunt, maybe get a little bit less than that. I think they will slowly work him in. This is not a big game for them. They should win, but with the Chiefs, you just never know. Jerry Jones did not rule out a contract extension for your boy, Mike McCarthy, which was interesting, to say the least. Big Jerry is still running his mouth, which is surprising, but he is the owner, operator, and de facto GM of the team as it stands right now.
That is true.
Maybe he will re-sign Mike McCarthy. I mean, they got a big win. We expect them to win, I imagine, this week against the Giants, even though they probably shouldn't win. But Jerry may bring Mike back, which would be very interesting considering it doesn't seem like he has a very good handle on the team. And they're an absolute disaster right now, even before they had Dak Prescott. Monday Night Football, we talked about it. The Ravens beat the Chargers. They were supposed to beat the Chargers. We hope the Chargers could win, but they need to get that win to come. And I now believe they're within a game of Pittsburgh with that win and Pittsburgh losing on Thursday. So that was good for them. Blake Snell, Ray, signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, which sucks for everyone who's not a Dodgers fan because their rotation is now really good and they're probably going to win the World Series again. So if you can get a ticket on the Dodgers, you're probably going to be in good shape, but maybe you wait a little bit. But yeah, Blake Snell signing the Dodgers is pretty ridiculous because they already have a great team. And Ray, I don't know if you saw this because you're not as tapped into the baseball world, but Juan Soto did sign with somebody yesterday. He signed with Celsius for an undisclosed amount. We're still waiting on his decision in free agency. And I want your thoughts, Ray. There's the Yankees, the Mets, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and I forget the other team. I'm blanking right now.
All right.
Phillies are involved. Who do you think that Juan Soto is going to sign with?
So you're saying there's no chance for my Texas Rangers? Zero chance for the Rangers?
there is no chance for your Texas Rangers. No.
You know, listen, he's an incredible player. He's a phenomenal hitter. He does his job out there in right field. I believe that's where he plays, right? Right field? Is that
That's one way to put it. He
does his job in right field.
He does it reluctantly, I bet. The way
he is an incredible hitter, and whatever team is afforded the blessing to get his services, they will be greatly improved by Mr. Soto. Does that satisfy your needs? Since you tried to catch me off guard.
No, that's perfect. Juan
Soto
is a dope hitter.
You don't think I freaking watch sports, man?
Well, if you recall, he was playing with your boy Tatis out in San Diego for a few years, so you should have seen some Juan Soto. Now, he didn't hit very well, and he walks a lot, which is a little bit boring, but he's a great hitter and a great baseball player, and I think he's sick of New York, hopefully, and he goes another direction because that would be great for baseball, and New York deserves nothing the way they've been playing recently, so let's hope we can get him out of New York and he can get a play for a real team because the Yankees stink with or without him, and the Mets... We don't need to talk about the Mets.
Hey, the chat is going crazy. They're calling this is Marv. They're calling him Mario Kart Marv. Mario Kart Marv, Mr. 64 yards. We hope he can get there. So it is not Maserati. It is not Mazda. It is not Metro Kart. It is Mario Kart Marvin Harrison this season. Yeah, man, just a bust. We don't have to continue to harp on that. But I do want to spend a little bit of time reading the chat, man. Is J.K. Dobbins' knee injury for Dobbins? Yeah. No, they're just saying it's a sprain, nothing. I mean, is it the same knee that has been ACL'd before, or is this a different knee?
I mean, I would imagine that at this point, both of his legs have been ACL'd before, or something, because, I mean, this dude's torn his Achilles and has torn his knee up twice. Yeah. Whether it's the same knee or not, I really don't know. But, any leg injury for J.K. Dobbins is not good given his past injury history.
Agreed.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. But, I haven't heard anything about what the prognosis is or even what the issue is within the knee.
We got a super chat from Matt Glore. Happy, thanks, y'all. Best in the game. Appreciate you, baby. 1 QB, start 7. Matt, league is this? Start 7. How stupid am I for trading JSN? Projected 106 for Marvin Harrison Jr. 4 weeks ago. What do you think on a start 7? How stupid am I for trading JSN, a protected 106 for Marv? So giving up JSN and the 106 and a start 7 for Marv. He did that 4 weeks ago.
I think that's unfortunate, but is JSN a league winner?
Don't do that, man. Matt, you've spent the money. You've purchased this asset. You can't return it. All sales are final. And this was 4 weeks ago. I don't feel stupid. We all make bad trades, bad decisions. Would you rather have JSN in the 106 now, even in the start 7? Probably. But don't lament on it, man. It's done. It's over with. The shit was a month ago. Move on. Try to find a way to recruit some of that value back if you can. Can you split Marv into a couple of assets? But don't beat yourself up over that. Not going into Thanksgiving holiday, man. We've all done some. Hey, let me tell you how imperfect people we are, JRich. I traded Joe Mixon 2 days before he came back from injury for Austin Eckler, and then we all know Joe Mixon went on this crazy run. So, hell yeah, I wish I would have rather had Joe Mixon. Like, you make bad moves.
Gotta make the decision in the moment.
Yeah, man. Don't beat yourself up. Oh, here's a doozy right here. Shout out to Tyler. Appreciate you, Tyler. Should we be buying 2027 picks? Let's go, Tyler. Those 2027 true freshmen.
All right, Ray.
Let's see.
Talk to me, because I don't know a
DJ
damn
Lagway,
thing about any of these guys.
Dylan Raiola, Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman from Auburn. I mean, they're an incredible crop of young rookies. They look awesome right now here in 2024. They're not even going to touch the NFL field at the earliest until the fall of the year of our Lord and Savior 2027. JRich, 27. Think about like honestly, because it really does help put shit in perspective, right?
Yeah.
Once we get to the point where if DJ Lagway and Arch Manning and Ryan Williams survive their collegiate career unscathed from injury or whatever the case may be, the time that they're on the field to score you fantasy points, we will be in another election cycle. Like we'll be right at the top of that's how far
we'll be
away.
just getting cooking.
Like,
yeah.
just think about that, right? That's how far away 27 is. Should you trade for the picks? Sure. Am I banking on any one of those players being difference makers today? No. I love the way that Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams and Cam Coleman are playing right now. But I do remember the world where Tank Bigsby was the RB1 in 2023, head and shoulders above Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. Things changed very, very fast in the game of football. But yeah, man, the class looks nice, right? I can't speak a lot about the quarterbacks like that. They're so shaky up and down, but Smith and Ryan Williams and Coleman and Wayne, they all look good. They do look like they're going to be good, but you gotta last. You gotta make it. And that's a long time from now. So if you could get some of those 27 picks on your Dynasty roster, sure. Yeah, get them, stash them away. Just their currency, their capital, but I'm not banking on any of them guys coming in being the next Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Justin Herbert. It's not yet. Still a little too early for that, JRich.
Yeah, I think the problem too, Ray, is that as much as you may want to buy them, there will also be a great opportunity to sell them next season and the year after that and heading into the offseason before that. So I wouldn't say we're quite in acquire 2027 picks season quite yet, but if you get them cheap enough, why not?
Yeah, there we go. What else we got in the chat, man? What else do we? Yes, buy my 27 picks for league winners. Yes, I think you can, but in all seriousness, man, people are watching. You know, we got the college football playoff set, and you're going to get an opportunity for Ashton Genty to play against some good teams, and you're going to see some of these young players, the Jeremiah Smiths, potentially Alabama, somehow sneaking into the dance. You're going to see the Ryan Williams, and people are going to get excited. People are going to get excited, and in sleeper leagues, some MFL leagues, you do have access to those 27 picks. I do think that if you are on a contending team, maybe you could find somebody that is rebuilding. There's no chance they're going to win this year, potentially next year. Maybe you might be able to pry something off of their rosters to help you get to the end. But yeah, not banking on that Arch Manning to be a hit and a star yet. Not quite, Jay.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Again, if you're projecting years out and you just see a roster that's not going to make it 2 or 3 years, that's usually when I like to capitalize on that kind of stuff. Not necessarily buying them for the sake of, oh, this is going to be the next Jeremiah Smith. It's like if you see a roster that's really good right now, but it's Cooper Kupp and it's, some later guys.
Would you do this? Would you do this for your 27 first? If you're a contending team, would you trade your 27 first for Cortland Sutton or Darnell Mooney? And just for people out there who are like, I don't know about Cortland Sutton, since week 8, 20 points per game. Wide receiver 2 in fantasy football since week 8. Trusted Trinity. We talked about him for weeks. We talked about him. Go to DD Fantasy Football. Trust the chart. Follow the dots. It was very obvious to see this coming for Cortland Sutton. But would you trade on a contending team a 27? We ain't even in the year 25 yet. It's still 20. Yep. Would you trade a 27 first for Cortland Sutton?
Yeah, and I think I'd probably trade a 27 first for even less than that. You're talking about basically a wide receiver 2 to some respect with Mooney and Cortland Sutton. Yeah, you should make a move like that. If you need a receiver, that's an easy one. And I'd be pretty surprised if you couldn't get more than that for some of those guys, depending on who your league mates are.
Stanley talking about the playoff. I'll pull up. I'll get a graphic after the break about the college football playoff board, and we'll talk about it because he said Alabama should be in, despite the fact they've lost 3 games.
Really?
Tougher schedule. Stanley saying they should be in. And then Kelly said, love watching Milrow, but Bama played themselves out of it last week. Cortland Sutton is wide receiver. Chuba. Take Lock has people missing out. Jason, good fan of the show. What do you think about that? Sutton is the wide receiver version of Chuba Hubbard. Just the constant producing thing that it's not sexy. It doesn't feel great, but would you be shocked if the Denver Broncos, and I don't know what his contract situation is, Jay, would you be shocked if they're like, you know what? Let's keep this. We still need to upgrade, right? We still need to find another wide receiver or tight end, but let's keep Cortland Sutton in the building. This is working with Bo Nix. He's still playing well. There's no need to fix this situation when he's playing so well. Do you think there's a world in which, I mean, they give him a contract extension and he's there for a couple of more years to play alongside Bo Nix and company?
I think it's possible, yeah. I think if Bo likes him enough and they want to keep him as part of the offense, I could totally see that. They kind of chose him over Jerry Jeudy, so that was already a decision they made, right? You look at the last few weeks, he has 6+ receptions in each of his last 5 games, so that's pretty crazy. Because initially in the year, it was very inconsistent with Sutton, and I think it's very similar to like we saw with Russ. The Chuba comparison, I don't really know how I blend the two worlds together, because I wouldn't say he's an elite producer, but he's definitely been very consistent over the last 5 weeks, which is great. But the question is, can it really continue? That's the hard part with Sutton, because we have seen him go on great stretches, but then there's times where he kind of disappears yet again. Like you go back to the game against New Orleans when he legit had a 0, and it made no sense. And then every week since, he has 6+ receptions and 70+ yards with 3 touchdowns. So as you mentioned, Ray, he's been great, and I'd be willing to buy him, but I think that consistency level, I don't know if I'm bought in on Sutton, because he's been inconsistent at times throughout his career.
Well, he still has a rookie quarterback at the helm, right? He still has a rookie quarterback, captaining that offense. So of course there are going to be ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, and that's just one name. That's just one player name, right? There are probably 10 other names that we could throw inside of that subgroup and kind of talk about that, but it's just one name. Matt said, much love, y'all. Have a blessed Thanksgiving, gentlemen, and chat. Appreciate you, Matt. Appreciate you, Matt. Oh, this was a follow-up. He's got follow-up. Follow-up. Super chat from Matt. Start 7, 1 QB. JD 5, Mahomes, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Brooks, Malik Neighbors, Marv, Rashee Rice, Josh Downs, Tank Dell, Jake Ferguson, projected 102. Get Tet or trade up for Genty.
I'd probably trade up for Genty.
Just get the one.
I wouldn't do it today.
Just get the hammer of hammers and be done with it.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. Because Tet is gonna probably end up in that Marv paradox.
Yeah, I would
like you hope he's a wide receiver too, but if he's not, you really shouldn't be surprised either. You're probably hoping to start Marv next year. And
man,
not
with
Tet
the names
anyways.
I know this is a start 7, man, but with the names on this roster, I bet you could trade Marv and something else and have Tet and Genty if he wanted to. Like I just want the hammers.
Just depends on
one
the
QB,
league,
start
right?
7. Give me the freaking running back. Just give me Genty. I'd rather have Genty over Tet in that.
Even if you could trade JD 5 to get up.
Yeah, man,
right?
it's a 1 QB league.
It's a 1 QB start 7. Like the QBs.
There's no point to have JD 5 and Mahomes. Like you just have too much overage on a start 7. There's way too much excess. You don't need 3 cars at the crib. You need 2.
Yep.
You don't need 3, 4 cars. So I'd have no problem with moving one of those quarterbacks either. Had another one from our boy Jimbo. Shout out Jimbo. What's happening with you, Jimbo? Need one. Mooney, J-Mo, Tracy, Janu, PPR. Need one.
I feel like the answer should be Tracy, right?
Who the Giants play? Dallas? Who the Lions play? It's not J-Mo. I can't do J-Mo.
The Lions play the Bears.
Lions play the Bears. And who do the Falcons
not
play?
bad.
Yeah, no, it should be Tracy. It really should be Tyrone Tracy. That should be the answer.
Especially because DeVito's banged up.
Yeah, they can't do shit. Besides, run the ball, man. Run the
Falcons
ball.
have the Chargers, so I don't really necessarily love that.
Yeah, Falcons, Chargers. I would prioritize them probably if I had to rank them. Tracy.
I'd probably Tracy Mooney.
J-Mo, Janu.
I'd probably put Janu over J-Mo. I think it's close though. Like The problem is like you've been on Jonnu, and you were definitely right about Jonnu, but
Yeah.
do I still believe in him to have more than like 4?
I know, that's
for
what I'm saying.
30
Like, I
or
still,
4
yeah.
for 40. It's a slightly lower floor for me. I would take Tracy as the start because he's the running back. The matchup's good.
Agreed.
I still like Mooney quite a bit, even against the Chargers. He'll probably see the volume, but it's tough for sure. It's going to be tough.
That's a tough one, but and when rubber meets the road, it's tough to put in. It's tough to put a tight end in, and as good as Jonnu's played over the last 3-4 weeks, you still don't feel you kind of don't want to trust it. But I would still prioritize Tyrone Tracy, the running back, especially with everything going on in New York. Patrick dropped this one. Shout out to Patrick, man. Patron too. Shout out to Patrick. Must win. All right, JRich, get it together, man. Must win home redraft league. Half PPR, 4-point per passing touchdown. Patrick Mahomes or Baker Mayfield. Okay. Mark Andrews, Arcade Otten. I've made the wrong choice every week. Thankful for y'all. JRich, we got to get this one right. Mahomes or Baker, Mark Andrews or Cade Otten. Where are we going? Who do the damn Chiefs play this week?
So the Chiefs have the Raiders, but the Bucs have the Panthers. The only issue, Ray, is what forces the Bucs to throw the
ball.
Because in my head, the answer is Baker. But there is still the, quote unquote revenge factor of Mahomes wanting to have that big game against the Raiders, and we haven't seen it yet. It does come on Friday. The Chiefs are at home. So this is probably the game when
Chiefs are home.
Maybe things go kind of crazy.
Pacheco, right? We're not expecting Pacheco.
Pacheco's going to play. He's going to play. He should be playing. But I still slightly lean Baker because if Bryce Young is good, and I don't think he's great, but I think he's been good enough to score points on the Buccaneers defense. They may force Baker to throw just enough, but we're coming off a game, Ray, where they ran for 4 touchdowns.
I know.
All 3 running backs scored, and Baker scored a rushing touchdown. So that's the only part that scares me. This running game is so good right now, and they're so committed to it. What's forcing them to throw the ball into the end zone? And that's the only reason why I slightly potentially could lean Mahomes. But I do like Baker and kind of I think I would probably just play Mahomes and pray he throws for 3 touchdowns. Because I don't think that Baker's throwing for 3 touchdowns in this game.
Kansas City at home. They're favored by 12. 42.5-point total in that one currently. Baker on the road is favored by 5.5 with a 46.5-point total in that one.
Which is driven by the Panthers being decent, probably.
Correct.
Right.
Which is driven, which the books are saying Carolina should be able to at least score enough to keep the game close. But Mahomes has been money, JRich. Mahomes has been money the past couple of weeks. He has thrown for a lot of touchdowns. He's been very good. But
the question though, Ray, has he been good because he is good, or has he been good out of a necessity?
I'm playing Mahomes. That's the only scare. I'm playing Mahomes. I don't. Baker's been good, but man, there aren't any weapons. Well, they got Mike Evans back. I'm playing Mahomes.
They got Evans back.
I'm playing Mahomes versus the Raiders.
I think you play Mahomes against the Raiders because the problem is like you have Buffalo. He had to throw the ball, and Carolina he had to throw the ball.
He did,
right?
Yeah.
And against the Raiders, he should not have to throw the ball.
Otten versus Andrews. So you got Otten versus Carolina. Mark Andrews versus who do the Ravens play? Ravens play Philly.
Mark Andrews.
I'm playing Andrews as well.
Yeah.
I'm playing Andrews.
Otten had a bad week this week.
I'm playing Andrews.
He only had like 1 catch for 30 yards.
51.5-point total. Baltimore favored by 3 at home. I'm playing Andrews.
Baltimore will have to score in this game.
I'm playing Andrews as well. And
yes,
I'm playing Mark Andrews. Hopefully we nail it for you, Patrick. Hopefully we freaking nail it. Like I want to hit that one for you. JRich, I'll be thinking about it all damn weekend, man. Jordan Baker. Shout out to Jordan. What's up, Jordan? Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. GP, Garrett Wilson, JS. Wait, good. Whatever. Hold on. Ray GQ.
This is not a trade.
Okay.
GP, Garrett Wilson, JSN for pick 1? Is that
pick 1? Garrett Wilson, George Pickens,
wow.
Garrett. Good Lord, JRich. Get it together.
Man. You had trouble with it too. I was just like,
I'm trying to produce. I'm trying to get shit on the screen and do everything at one time. George Pickens, Garrett Wilson, JSN. Pick 1. Should be easy for you, JRich.
Pickens has the Bengals. JSN has the Jets. Garrett Wilson has the Seahawks. The answer is George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Yeah, the
You
answer
got to
is George
trust
Pickens.
Black Air Force One wear himself. I'm trusting
He was
GP.
complaining about the weather, though, and it's going to be cold, right? 32 degrees, apparently, in Cincinnati. And I know, for everyone who missed this, because I didn't even talk about this, I probably should have. Buffalo, if you missed it, is going to be a disaster. Like, you do not want to have any 49ers or Bills, potentially, in your lineup. It could be a lot of
it's going to be, the
running.
weather's going to be shit?
It's supposed to be a massive snowstorm in Buffalo, yeah.
So is that going to hit, I'm just asking, is that going to hit the whole Baltimore, or is that just like would the same be the case for the Giants and the Patriots? I mean, the Jets and the Patriots, New York, New England.
Potentially. I mean, it's because of the lake, right? So off the lakes up there for us, we get really bad weather because they're so close to the lake, and so you can get a lot of snow that comes off of the lake
What lake
and then
is
goes
it?
up into the clouds. I believe they're on Lake Erie. Or there's 5 of them. I forget. They're either off of Lake Erie or potentially it wouldn't be Lake Ontario.
That lake causes that cold weather?
No, it's not the cold. It's the moisture that comes from the lake into the air and then
like fog,
dumps
sort of
on
like
the
fog.
stadium.
We got some foggy
fog.
ponds around my
But yeah,
neighborhood.
it's not going to probably impact the total's still 44.5, but it could make, like, for San Francisco, they could struggle in this game, right? Like, San Francisco coming to Buffalo is probably a bit of a problem. I'm not going to not start Josh Allen, maybe potentially a wide receiver, but if you want to start a receiver against the 49ers, it's not a bad matchup, and obviously you're starting James Cook. It's more so if you're thinking of like an ancillary piece from San Francisco or Buffalo, you probably would stay away from
that
them.
lake, man.
Apparently
That damn
it's Lake Huron. I don't remember.
Lake
where the
Huron.
lakes
Come
are.
on, Jay. Shit, get your lakes together. So are you starting Pickens, Wilson, or JSN?
Pickens.
I'm with you. You're not worried about the Lake Huron.
No, I'm not worried about the lake.
Well, you brought it up, and that's how we got on
For
this.
Buffalo. This
Okay.
is in Cincinnati. This is like 5 hours south. You're good.
There
It
we
may
go.
snow, but
All right,
not
what
the
else
lake
do we
effect.
have? Let's see what else we have. What else? What else?
Start
Lake-
Connor Overtook. No.
You guys, the chat is hilarious. Sit your Dolphins. Green Bay going to be cold tomorrow. Live in Buffalo, and it will be south on the stadium. And yes, Lake Erie. There we go. It's going to be 34
There we
degrees
go.
in New York. Rock that Braylon Allen is a sneaky play. Where the hell has Braylon Allen been? Don't even know where Braylon Allen has
On
been.
the couch.
Okay. You said what? on the couch.
probably. Yeah.
Jets are down bad, man. Jets are down
And
bad. All right,
beautiful.
run it up. Intermission break. We'll be back. Hit the thumbs up button. Like. Get us some questions in the chat. What are y'all? This is it. We're thankful for you all waking up every single week with us. We're towards the end of the season. Comment, chat. What do you want to know? We'll talk about it when we get back.
This shit is elementary. I'd probably go to jail if I shoot at your identity and bounce to the left. Stuck a flag in my city. Everybody screaming Compton. I should probably run for mayor when I'm done. To be honest, and I put that on my mama and my baby boo too. 20 million walking out the court, baby. Whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, fuck the judge. I made it past 25, and now I was a little nappy-headed nigga with the world behind him. Life ain't shit but a fat vagina. Screaming, Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Limo tenant with the gold plate, straight from the bottom. It's the belly of the beast. From a peasant to a prince to a motherfucking king.
Hold up. What's poppin'? Welcome back in. This is Wake Up with Ray and Jay. We appreciate y'all being in. If you are not a member of the Underdog family, make sure you use that promo code ALLGAS. You get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You get free picks. They're boosting shit left and right. Get you some free cash. Join Underdog. Use the code ALLGAS. Check out Dynasty Theory. 2024 Fantasy Football Flops live on the station right now. And after you get done watching that, I dropped a mock 2025 NFL mock draft. Shador to the Raiders. Will Johnson, cornerback from the Michigan Wolverines, going to your New England Patriots. Tyler Warren helping out Anthony Richardson, and Emeka Egbuka coming to reincarnate that Juju Smith-Schuster power slot role in Pittsburgh. JRich, the weathermen and women in the chat are letting us know how this moisture of the lake exponentially increases the storm. So be careful out there if you're out there on those lakes, man. It's no joke. No freaking joke. Now people are talking about candied yams and mac and cheese. You don't put those together. You do not put candy yams and mac and cheese in the same thing, man. They got to be separated. All right, Adam's got us with something, man. Here we go. Happy Thanksgiving, fellas. For Scott Fish Bowl 14, I'm heading into the playoffs. Week 2, top 13 last week, 60th overall currently. Congrats to you,
Damn.
Adam. Need help with the last flex. Devontae Adams, Zach Ertz, Marquez Valdez, Scantling, Gus Edwards, or Amir Abdullah for that last flex spot. JRich. Help Adam out, man. Top 60. Do not screw this up. MVS, Gus Edwards, Amir Abdullah, Devontae. I feel like this. Let me just say this. I feel like he started out with Devontae because that's where he wants to go. I think he's prioritized these in the question the way that he wants it to be. Adams, Ertz, MVS, Gus Edwards, or Amir Abdullah. What do you got? You're trying to look at the scoring.
I think it's probably between. Well, I know, yeah, the Scott Fish Bowl scoring is a little bit different, so there is some semblance of having Ertz there. So I'm looking up Ertz. Ooh, Ray.
Who's he?
Zach Ertz. First, he's got the Titans. So
Titans.
Don't hate it. Don't love it. But Zach Ertz has 7+ targets in each of the last 3 games.
He's getting peppered, man.
6 receptions each of the last 3 games and a touchdown. Now, again, it's only 38 and 47 yards. But in Scott Fish Bowl, it's more about getting the first downs and getting the volume. The yards do help a lot. Like TJ Hawkinson was a monster in Scott Fish Bowl last week. But would you play Ertz over Adams, knowing that you do get that bonus for tight ends? Because it is a pretty hefty bonus for tight ends in this league.
Probably.
If you think targets can be equal enough, which I kind of do, and I don't mind that Seattle pass defense because it's actually been pretty good.
I think Ertz would be the play for me. It feels a little dirty and gross and scary, but I would trust the volume. I'd follow the dots, and I think I would play Zach Ertz in that situation.
And JD5 is, I'm not going to say he's due because he's young and he's in a bit of a spurt right now, but if there was a game that he kind of showed up and they really had a big performance like we've been kind of waiting for, he's been countered and they've started to defend him well. He needs to, punch back now, and it could be this game against the Titans for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people said it has to be Adams. That's what I felt initially. Like, you just see Devontae Adams, you have to play Adams. But this is more so, if you're not in it, the scoring is very wonky in Scott Fish Bowl. It's really crazy. So it's not just like a standard PPR or tight end premium league. It's mad. It's just wild bonuses. So I think I would take the swing with the tight end. That's the position that, if you are right and Zach Ertz does get you the 7 targets, 6 receptions, and scores a touchdown, he's huge. far exceeded anything those other guys could have done, absent them going absolutely gangbusters and nuclear. So I think I would take I would play Zach Ertz in that situation, man. I'm good with that. He's saying
he started Ertz the last 2 weeks, him and Jonnu.
Yeah, roll with it. Roll with it, baby. Roll with it, baby. Roll with it. All right, James Young has us with one. Appreciate you, James. James says, so are we good with the Lakes or nah? Sure. The hell if I know, James. I mean, y'all have educated me the whole damn stream. I had no idea that this was such impactful. I didn't know. We don't have a lot of lakes down
here. Ray, you don't know about the Great Lakes?
We don't have a lot of lakes here. We don't have. We got a lot of. We don't have a lot of lakes. There aren't many lakes where I live. Okay. I have Jacoby Myers in now. Sorry, add him. Would you add Jacoby? Would you start Jacoby over Ertz versus KC? Not with Aiden O'Connell. Not on the road. Not on the road.
I don't hate it because I have Jacoby and he's probably gonna be starting for me.
I don't hate. I'm not doing it at the expense of Ertz. I just can't do it. Not this week.
Ray. I gotta ask you, Jacoby Myers or Isaiah Pacheco?
Pacheco. If he's playing Pacheco, I'd start him before. Every time I'm watching a game and there's a player who's not supposed to be 100% and they play, they're fucking great. I'm watching the Miami Heat last night and Terry Rozier didn't start and Terry Rozier wasn't going to play and he's out there gunning threes in the fourth quarter. I mean, just cashing prop overs left and right, destroying unders for people who said they're not. So if Pacheco's on the field, he's the Terry Rozier of running backs. He's going to play and he's going to score well. We got another one here from John. What's happening, John? Ken Walker or Chase Brown rest of the season? JRich is the one who said he would take Ken Walker over Chuba Hubbard, and that didn't look great last week. I'd be moving a 25 first to win the next 2 weeks. Love the show. Happy Turkey Day, gents. Ken Walker, Chase Brown, rest of the season, full PPR.
Ken Walker.
Chase Brown.
It's not even close.
It's not. It isn't. You're right. It's not close. It's Chase Brown.
It's easily Kenneth Walker. It's easily Kenneth Walker.
How's it easily Kenneth Walker? I think it's not.
Because
I think it's
they are going to
Chase
play
Brown.
every game for the rest of the season, and all of them actually matter. The Cincinnati Bengals lose 2 games, their season is done.
But
Absolutely
Chase
done.
Brown, he's not Bijan
who has
Robinson.
and who has
he's
more
not
value?
Jameer Gibbs. He's not Chris.
Who has more value
They're not going
today,
to shut him
currently?
down, huh?
They don't have to. But again, it's not Ray. It's not about him though. It's about without the actual good players on the team.
He's one of the good
nullified.
players. Chase
He's
Brown,
one of them.
There's
but-
3 good
but
players
when you have
on that
a good-
offense. There's 3 good players on that offense outside of Burrow.
T. Higgins is on the offense too.
T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Chase Brown. That's it. That's it.
Yes. And so what if
That's
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins say, I'm good.
So then,
Yoshi
you
Voss,
think,
get out there. Jermaine Burton, get out there.
so you think
Why
Jermaine
not?
Burton and Trenton Irwin and company are going to relegate Chase Brown irrelevant? Because Cincinnati's not
Not
going to win it all. Chase
irrelevant.
Brown's not going to do anything. I'll bet you right now he
Not-
outscores Ken Walker the rest of the season. Bet.
Okay, let's. Okay,
I wanna- what
Kenneth
do we do?
Walker. You need to make back your Lad McConkey money. So I will give you this one. But I like Kenneth Walker.
I
Kenneth
didn't
Walker's
say
a
I
good
didn't
running
like
back.
him.
And especially over the fact that he's going to get the bulk of the carries. He plays in a better offense. And there's no impact to where there's going to be issues with them potentially benching guys because they don't want to play. This team is done. Seattle could win the division. They're going to play every game the rest of the season. And I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good schedule as well. They got a lot of divisional games. Kenneth Walker's a good running back. I'm more than happy with Kenneth Walker here.
Chase Brown's got. I guess I'm just confused as to how it's so easily Ken Walker and this offense is better than Cincinnati's offense. That's not true. It's not true. This offense is better. That is factually untrue. You are spreading fake news, sir. That offense is
You
not
think
better
so?
than Cincinnati's offense. What?
It's better for Kenneth Walker because they actually run the ball into the end zone.
I don't give a shit about running it.
If you want to have Chase
Brown's
Brown
catching
and
6
watch
passes
Chase
a game.
Oh, yeah, he's going to catch 6 passes every game. Sure. Okay. Bank on that instead of Kenneth Walker's like guaranteed 15 carries every game.
Rest of the season, who scores more, Ken Walker or Chase Brown?
Kenneth Walker. If you want to make a bet, we can make a bet.
Let's make a bet. I
Easily.
want a case. I haven't had a case of Topo Chico in a while, and I'm running low. Let's bet a case. Let's bet a case on it.
All right.
Bet good? Are we calling it? Bet
All
good?
right. Yeah,
Bet
I'm
good.
good. Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Bet good. Lock it in. Chat will remember this one.
Okay with
And
that.
I heard how you snuck in. You need to make that Lad McConkey money back. All right, we got another one here from Travis. Travis says, thoughts on the RB class in 25 outside of Genty? Any initial way too early ranks on the tight end class? Travis, yes. Where have you been? Where have you been, my friend? This is all we fucking talk about. The RBs are loaded. The tight end class is loaded. Yes. Yes. And Jay, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to be
What's
honest.
up? Talk to me.
Be honest, JRich. I was doing some film watching yesterday.
Don't say that Genty's not your RB1.
No.
Because I thought
No. We're not going there. I'm not there yet. It's still Ashley Genty. But I was doing some film. I'll tell you who's gone under the radar this year that should not be under the radar because we know he's good. He's been good since his freshman season in college football in the SEC, but because he changed teams and he's sharing a backfield, Quinshon Judkins is still very effing good.
Yeah.
And I'm just
I like it.
part of you're kind of like, well, does he have the breakaway speed? Does he have this? Now, the receiving profile is not quite there. It doesn't look like Omarion Hampton.
Yeah.
He's going to be the cat that ends up as people's RB3 or 4 that when they hit the NFL, you're just like, how are we putting
How's he
other
a third
people
rounder?
ahead of Quinshon Judkins? I love Caleb Johnson. I love Omarion Hampton, but I'm very close to flipping Hampton and Judkins. I'm right there.
Ooh.
He's that good. So Travis, the RB class in 2025, I'll put it this way. I think, and I've been on record of saying this pre-Chuba Hubbard extension, I think Jonathan Brooks would be like RB7 in this class here in 2025.
Yeah.
RB6 or 7 at best. The running back class is incredible. The tight end class, if the top 4 or 5 guys come out, Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Harold Fannin, You've got a bunch of them. Mason Taylor, Gunnar Helm out of Texas, the Iowa tight end. You got a lot of cats. Justin Jolly out of North Carolina State. R.J. Maryland was going to be one out of SMU, but he ended up hurting his knee. You got Preakston from Ole Miss. You've got Brenningstool out of Clemson. The tight end class is very, very good. And then you've got some lower level guys like Lake McRae out of USC, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that you're going to get some very dynamic, explosive playmakers in this class from those two positions, which headline the 25 class. If you were saying the strength of this class, it's 1,000% running back, tight end. Those are the headliners, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to say anything because I don't know anything that's going on. But do you have any early thoughts on the tight end class? Did you ask that as well? Early thoughts. You talked about Tyler Warren.
Did you not just listen to me for 5 minutes? Did you?
Yeah, you said they're good, but he asked for your rankings. Rank them. Give me your early predictions.
Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin, Gunnar Helm.
Okay.
I like that kid out of Texas, man. I like that Texas tight end. I was right about the Texas tight end last year, too. JT Sanders pretty fucking good, isn't he?
He is good. Yeah, you're right.
Pretty good.
And you did kind of call it early. You said, well, maybe he could be something in Carolina early, and he was.
He was. All right, what else do we have? Lad McConkey, Ladidi is the only way to address Lad McConkey. Just saying. That is from Big Diaz Energy. Trevor Etienne is my guy in this class. Might return to school, but he looks so good this year. Yeah, Trevor's one that I think he might go back.
He should.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Sitting Tyreek Hill. Big Diaz says, are we benching Reek and Tua? So are we benching? Who do they play? Who do the Dolphins play?
So they're in Green Bay. Night game. 27 degrees. But, Ray, if you recall, and you may have seen this on Twitter, there was someone that made a meme about Jonnu Smith and Devon Achane because they're the only ones that get the ball. He's like, why is it that whenever they're throwing the ball, it's to Devon Achane and Jonnu Smith? And Tyreek's like, so I'm not the only one that noticed this. And he quote tweeted it.
He didn't quote tweet it.
He did. He quote tweeted it. And so now the theory is, well, maybe Tyreek's a little upset and he's just, taking some jabs on Twitter and he needs to get the ball and he needs to play better. But maybe this could be the big Tyreek game we've been waiting for because we haven't seen it yet, right?
Man, Tyreek Hill, 49 catches, 26th in the NFL, 571 yards, 33rd in the NFL.
And Tua's been good since he comes back. I believe it's 11 touchdowns.
Tyreek Hill was a top 5 pick. He's been a bust, correct?
He's massive bust.
He's been a bust. So let's. But
it hasn't been entirely his fault, to be fair.
I'm not saying
there was 4 games,
fault.
no Tua.
I'm not
4 games, no Tua.
We all
was
know
tough.
it's not his fault, man. We know it's. I'm just at cost where we picked him. He's been a bust, right?
Yeah.
Man, that first round this year, Jefferson's
kind of been a bust, low key.
You think
he hasn't been very good?
No, hell no, man.
What is he ranked in terms of rankings right now? Is he even in the top 7?
Let's see. Let's look at Jets.
I doubt it. He's had a couple big games,
but
like even this week, he did nothing.
Points per game, he's wide receiver 9.
That's not terrible. We can live with that.
He's not been so he's made it. Chase has hit. CeeDee Lamb, bust or hit?
Well, isn't he?
He was like number 1, number 2. It was him and CMC 1 and 2 every time.
Where's he in average? He's still what, 3rd?
I don't know where CD is.
He's 3rd in PPR.
Oh, well, he's a hit then.
So he's good. Yeah, he's
no, he's
Jefferson
7th. I got 7th. I got 17 and a half points a game. I got CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver 7.
Who's ahead of him? That many players ahead of him? I'm just on ESPN, and I got Jefferson.
I'm on Player Profiler. Maybe they didn't equate week 12.
It may have just messed it up either way.
Okay.
Well, CeeDee's been all right.
Yeah, CeeDee's been all right.
Considering what's been going on, he's been all right.
Garrett Wilson hit. Puka Nacua, hit, bust. He was a first rounder. Hit or bust for Puka.
I'd say he's kind of busted, man.
Probably busted because he missed so much damn time.
Because no one wanted to believe that he was injured. And they kept, he took a bit of a dip, but no one drafted him as if he was out, even going on IR. So, missing those 4 games. Everyone still drafted him as if he was a mid-second round pick, and going into the injury, he was a late first round pick. So
Brees Hall.
I would say he kind of busted.
Brees Hall was
Brees
the
has
first
to
one.
be a bust. Is he any good? He's been awful, hasn't he?
I got him at RB10 on the and again, I don't know if they've
That's
updated
not
this.
terrible. That's not terrible. But yeah, I mean, you expected a lot more. You didn't expect James Cook to come out here and play like Brees Hall, that's for sure.
No. And I think outside the first, we know Marv. We've already put him in the bust
I
category.
think the
AJ
only
Brown.
thing with Brees Hall,
AJ Brown hit.
when he's
missed.
in the lineup.
Yes.
The problem with Brees Hall, I think it's interesting, is like it's not that he busted, it's that guys who were behind him elevated.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon, like Derrick Henry was definitely behind him. Alvin Kamara definitely behind him. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs were kind of neck and neck. Achane, we kind of expected the possibility there. And then Walker, who's ahead of him as well in points per game. It's really just like not the fact that he's been so bad, just other guys behind him have been significantly better than we expected. So I wouldn't say he's a massive bust. He's still in the top 10. And there's just some dudes that are straight balling out. You got Mixon, Henry, Kamara, all over 20 points per game. And
Gibbs a hit.
Coming in.
Gibbs a hit. Gibbs a smash. Gibbs was a hit.
Is
Gibbs was and Gibbs was going off the board. He was right there at the back of the first. I'm looking right now. His ADP 13.3. So he was back of the first, top of the second round. Gibbs has been a hit. And then did we decide on Bijan? Bijan's been a hit. He's not been.
He's good now, and I think by the time the season's over, he will be a hit. He'll probably be in the top 5, maybe even higher than that. Like he's 5 right now. And he could be much higher. He's right around 20 a game or so, or not quite. He's a little bit under 20 a game. But for a guy who started slow, like I think he's going to finish really strong. And it just depends how the Falcons finish. The Falcons have been bad. They've been bad. They've had a couple good games, but they are reeling right now, in my opinion. Like I think the Bucs could take the division.
Bijan's been a big hit.
That bad.
And then we all know Christian McCaffrey. I just want to ask this one, man, and probably a lot of what he looks like today is due to the fact that he's not 100%. Can we all agree on that? He's probably, I don't give a damn if he's out. He's probably not 100% Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, we can say that.
He's 28. Next season, he'll be 29 years old. Like, is this the decline for CMC? Is this where the gravy train comes to an end? Or do we see him evolve? And they do draft. I think it's a very real possibility where San Francisco invests in a because they always do. They're drafting a running back round 3, round 4 to really come in and sort of play in concert with CMC. And is this it, Jay? Are we seeing the final, like the beginning stages of the end of Christian McCaffrey? Or is it he'll be healthy next year and you have no fears and he'll be a first round pick again?
I think there's definitely going to be fears, for sure. Like, there's going to be fears. But I do think there's a world where maybe he's not Christian McCaffrey, but why can't he be like a sick receiving back?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If he really wants to play in the NFL.
Could he be a souped-up version of Eckler?
Why can't he just be Deebo Samuel? And they just cut Deebo Samuel. They literally just, hey, Christian, you want to go play Deebo's role? Instead of playing running back, and we'll put Jordan Mason back there, and every now and then we'll put you in the backfield. We'll give you 5-6 carries a game.
Coach Richards,
that would be sick, right? He's probably not much slower than Deebo,
probably.
Maybe a little bit at this stage in his career, but that would be unreal. You think about, you give him the reverses and all that stuff, like all the defenders are gonna know, like, this is still Christian McCaffrey.
J-Rich, I'm gonna give you the beans. Probably a little bit of magic beans with this one, but
the reason why I like the Deebo comp is because he could have that high touchdown, low touch type of season where he's scoring and he's like heavily utilized in the red zone, but they let Jordan Mason grind it out between the 20s, right?
All the A-gap work. You run the ball up the middle.
Yeah. So again, is he? But at that point where Deebo was back end second, early third, similar to Achane, where probably lower touches but higher efficiency in terms of fantasy points. I think we can see that from CMC.
Look
at some point. Definitely Jason
with those beans. Jason with the biggest beans would be wild to see San Francisco draft Genty. That we don't need that. He would go.
But Ray,
he would be a top 5 pick, guaranteed. People would just.
But what do you do with that though? 5. What do you do with that? Because you know how these things work, right? You got to draft him probably not even May, April 30th. The draft isn't even over yet. Your rookie draft it's going. And you got to draft him 101 knowing that Christian McCaffrey, one of the best running backs you've ever seen in your life, is on that team.
JRich, the people are saying
hard.
that you are high on hopium, but they are digging what you're saying. Don't get me in on CMC. That makes sense. He could.
I think he could be just a red zone guy late in his career. Why not?
He's only
so
29.
Good.
He's only 29. You really
only
think that's
29. Do you think he's Derrick Henry?
No.
Okay. He's probably closer to who? Like David Johnson, right? Or Todd Gurley, who's younger than Christian McCaffrey and is retired right now. It's just, I think it's interesting. He could turn into a receiving back.
I think he could.
And I think that'd be really good for him.
I think he can as well. All right, let's hit these
But
games.
that would have to be
quick.
part of the plan. Yeah.
Chicago, Detroit. Who you running out there? The people want to know. Who you starting from Chicago? Detroit. Let's get Detroit out of the way. Fire them all up.
They're all healthy. David Montgomery's at practice, so you're good there.
Fire them up. All of
Gibbs for sure.
Monty,
J-Mo.
yes. Goff, yes. Laporta or
J-Mo.
Kmet? Laporta or Kmet? If you had to pick one, Laporta or Kmet?
I'm going to pick Kmet.
I'm going to pick Kmet
I don't like
as well.
Laporta. I don't like Laporta.
You starting Romo Dunze? Probably not. Probably not.
How many points can the Lions score? Because you know what the interesting narrative is about the Lions? They haven't won a Thanksgiving game in like 10 years.
48-point total. 10.5. Here's what gives me hope for the pass catchers is a 10.5 point spread. So if Detroit's going to get up, then Chicago's going to be they're going to be in the position to have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to start Odunze, but he's involved.
Yeah, it's definitely DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Romo Dunze still.
Dunze.
Unfortunately.
Correct.
Yeah. Kmet or Odunze?
Would you start Roschon Johnson, who seems to score a touchdown every week?
No.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't bother. I think you probably should look elsewhere because every team's playing this week, so I think you should look somewhere else.
All right, great. And there we go. The Giants, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. Yes.
Yes.
Rico Dowdle. Yes.
Why not? Yeah.
Jake Ferguson.
Tracy. No, he's concussed still. He's not going to play.
Okay, Ferguson is out.
Yep.
Cooper Rush.
No.
Yes. Versus the Giants?
No, you can't.
I think you can.
Not Cooper Rush.
I think you can.
Okay, well, we can go through the games and then
Let me ask you this. Cooper
options.
Rush or JRich versus New England?
Fucking
Answer the question.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush or Aiden O'Connell at Kansas City?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush or Mac Jones at home versus Houston?
Cooper Rush.
Mac
Jones.
I'm just saying, man. I think
you literally scraped the bottom of the barrel. Congratulations to you.
Cooper Rush or whoever's playing quarterback in Frisco at Buffalo on Sunday night.
I would probably take Brandon Allen.
I would 1,000% take Cooper Rush over Brandon Allen.
Schoonmaker. We can start Schoonmaker.
1,000% Cooper Rush over Brandon Allen. And it, come on, man. No way.
But don't you think there's a world where
I don't think it.
Yes. Are you in?
No.
Right, I'm getting close to the camera.
I'm not in on him no.
Are you in? Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure? Because you're talking like you're in. You're talking like you're in.
Here's the thing. He knows the offense, man. He's been in it. He knows the offense. He knows where to go. And he's shown an ability just to get the ball out to the playmakers. So versus a bad defense, a not great defense, I think you could start.
But are you worried about the pass rush? Because the pass rush is good. We know that. I'm with you on the defense being bad, but the pass rush is good. So if he throws 3 picks and fumbles twice, don't be smart.
Here's what I'm in on. The Cowboys are 0-5 at home. They can't stop anybody either.
Yeah,
that's what I'm in on. And they're favored in this matchup. So I think you could play Cooper Rush over a couple of other options.
As they should.
And then
for sure.
Yeah, Schoonmaker maybe. Neighbors, yes. Wan'Dale Robinson.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
We can look elsewhere there. Give me Dontavian Wicks over.
Well, let's go to Green Bay,
Robinson.
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
All the pass catchers: Tyreek, Waddle, and Jonnu. Yay.
I would say hell no. So I'm fine with Jonnu because I think it's just tight end, right? If you got to start Jonnu, you're okay. It depends, though. Do you believe it's a Tyree game? Because I'm kind of in the camp that it's going to be a Tyree game.
I'm not worried about the cold.
Tyree
played in camp. I'm not worried about the cold. Cheetah ain't worried about no damn cold. I'm not worried about that.
Okay, that's fine. But his quarterback plays awful in the cold. And that's the bigger point. Is people aren't worried about Tyreek or worried about necessarily Waddle. Is Tua going to perform in the cold? Because he basically hasn't his whole career. But he is very hot right now. He's been playing very well. 11-1 since coming back from injury. He's been very good. It's a tough game, though, against Green Bay. But I think Jair Alexander is not going to play in this one once again. He's still injured.
Okay. All right.
But I'm skeptical on Waddle, though.
You're skeptical on Waddle?
Yeah, it's Achane and Tyreek for me, and Jonnu if you think he's the best of the tight end options.
So you're good with Achane, Tyreek, and Jonnu?
Yeah, because I think the Green Bay is going to score in this one. Because this is a big game for Green Bay. If they win, they're basically guaranteed the playoffs.
Who the hell do you start on Green Bay besides Josh Jacobs?
I would start Reed. I would start Wicks if you feel like you have to. Like, I think there's upside in this offense always that I'm not too worried about.
Dude, stop saying that. Stop doing that. Like, can we stop with that?
You don't think there's upside with the Packers offense?
When has there been upside in Green Bay's offense for all four of those? No. For one of them, yeah.
But one of them is hurt.
There's
right now.
4 and 5 of them, man.
They spread it around.
I don't know.
But do you like them against the Dolphins? That's the question. Because this is your stream category now. We're not saying you have to start them, but Wicks with Dubs being out is okay.
Other options, if I've got other pass catching options, I would not be starting Dontavian Wicks. No,
that's fine. I agree with that. But if you're more desperate,
him in.
I don't hate this game as your shot in the dark. Like, I need someone to boom who is very unexpected. I don't hate betting on Packers receivers in that.
Game, then. I wouldn't want this one to be my boom game. I would try to go somewhere else. Give me Pittsburgh.
We'll go down. We'll go down the list.
Let me ask you this: Calvin Austin, or Dontavian Wicks?
I don't hate Calvin Austin.
Me either. I'd rather have more of a boom there. I'd rather have.
But you are playing with a bit of fire as well because he's coming off a big game. And are you falling into that trap a little bit, potentially?
Well, right? You're falling into the this offense has all this upside for all these receivers trap. Who would you rather start, QJ or Wicks?
Wicks? I mean, come on.
Marv
QJ is inside,
Minnesota, or any one of the Packers receivers. Just to have your choice. Marv at
Cortland's. You said Marv or who was the other one? Cortland something?
Marv or any of the Packers receivers. Marv's got Minnesota. Marv or any of the Green Bay receivers.
I mean, what the hell is Marv going to do anyways? I'll take Reed if you're giving me any of them.
Devontae Adams or Green Bay pass catchers.
I'm fine with Adams. He's been pretty consistent.
Josh Downs at New England. Or any of the Green Bay, or the top guys on Green Bay, whoever you prioritize, or Josh Downs.
Probably Downs. I like Downs a lot.
On the road, JRich on the road.
Yeah, but the thing is that Gonzalez will probably be more on Pittman than Downs, which opens up Downs a lot because that's their main cover guy. So if Downs can manage to avoid him, he's probably the number one target like every single play, and Pittman will.
Oh, people said QJ. Whew.
QJ is inside. He is inside because they're in Atlanta, I believe, or something like
that.
Yeah.
All right. Wifey hit me. 1 hour. I was supposed to be 1 hour. We got to go to the airport. Hit the music, JRich. Hit the music. We appreciate you. She jumped in the chat. You said 1 hour. We are an hour and 11 minutes.
Came in to get her man.
We started late.
We got to go.
We started late. But in all seriousness, I hope y'all enjoyed time with your family, with your friends. Even if you're eating that dry-ass baked turkey, I still got much love for you. We are going to get you some fried, juicy, properly injected, brined with the dry rub. We're going to get you cultured, JRich. I cannot continue to let you have that oven-based and baked turkey. I got you, big dog. But we want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family and friends. And we'll be back, Jay, Monday. We'll be back on Monday. It'll be December.
As long as you're back, I'm ready to go. Yeah,
man, it's my anniversary next week, Jay. 8 years.
Let's go.
In matrimony.
Congrats.
8. Coming up, man, on Tuesday.
I'll have to send you something. Maybe I'll send you a case of Topo.
Send me that Topo whenever I hit that bet. What was the bet? that Chase Brown
versus
outscores Kenneth Walker for the rest of the season. There it is. Yeah. There it is. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, everybody.
HK Survivor, Stanley. I know we didn't even get to college. We'll talk about it on Monday. Check out the mock draft video.
We didn't make it past Thanksgiving slate.
That Thanksgiving slate, man. We love y'all. Enjoy time with your family and friends. We'll see y'all on Monday. We out. Peace.